Hello, this is the second part of the video on chapters 1 and 2 textbook quiz. This is at the beginning of page 2. So we're dealing with vocabulary and context, and in number 9, we're looking for the example clues for the word inane. So it says, my grandfather says that his teachers had students do inane things, such as spending hours on improving handwriting and memorizing the date each of the 50 states entered the Union. So inane is an adjective, and it's describing the word things, inane things. Then it says such as. So the examples for that would be spending hours on improving handwriting and memorizing the date of each 50 states entered the unions. And so inane would mean foolish, because it's not the most useful thing to do. Then we go on and we have synonym context clues, and so the synonym of the word is in the sentence. You have to find that. Raheem has a belligerent nature. His friends can't explain why he faces a world with such a hostile attitude. They can't understand why he has a hostile attitude, because hostile and belligerent mean the same thing. 12. The houses along the river are in a precarious position. So they are often flooded, yet afterwards the owners keep stubbornly rebuilding on the same risky sites. They are the same, so risky and precarious have the same meaning. Then we're looking for antonym clues on the next one, so the antonyms have the opposite meaning. Ling is not self-praising like her brother. In fact, she's self-disparaging. She's not self-praising, she is self-disparaging. So disparaging and praising have the same meaning. So it's the opposite. Disparaging is the opposite of praising, so it would be belittling. 15. On the television, a speech may seem impromptu even though it's prepared. Speakers can't read from a script that the audience cannot see. So the speech may be impromptu even though, points the direction to the opposite, it's prepared. And so impromptu means unrehearsed because it's the opposite of prepared. Then we are just looking for the meanings of the words now. So no one really knows how humans acquired the concept of cooking food, but their first experience of cooking was probably fortuitous. Very likely some meat fell into a fire by accident. If it's by accident, that would be lucky. So fortuitous means lucky. Many husbands still find it difficult to render, total support to their wife's career, particularly if their wives earn more than they do. So they find it difficult to render total support. So if it's difficult, then it would be difficult for them to give support. Running a clandestine operation, such as an underground newspaper in a dictatorship, a network of spies, or an undercover police investigation is difficult and often highly dangerous. So we have examples of clandestine operations. Those would all be secret things. Underground newspaper, network of spies, the undercover police investigation. They're all examples of clandestine. Good communication between marriage partners can often mitigate the stress caused by physical signs of aging, changes in work status or satisfaction, or the death of a close relative and friend. So, good communication is a very good thing. Stress is a bad thing, and it talks about these things that cause stress. So the communication, the good thing, can mitigate stress. So it would lessen stress. Now I'm going to do the next one, and the next one is a paragraph. We're looking at the topic and the stated main idea. If you need to, pause the video to get the, so you can read it. I'm not going to read the whole paragraph. But the topic of this paragraph is going to be secondary drives. And we can see that it's secondary drives because if you, as you read the paragraph, you'll see that it says here one such secondary drive, and that's going to be a major supporting detail. And then it goes on and even says another powerful secondary drive. So again, that is a signal that's introducing in the second major supporting detail. And look at this, a third type of secondary drive. So if we have all these secondary drives, that's our topic. Sentence 2 then introduces the main idea, or it is the main idea. But psychologists have identified a number of secondary drives that are also extremely powerful forces. Then the major details are what those secondary drives are. They support that main idea. Okay, I'm going to end this video now at the end of page 3.